We saw social media appearing and it mattered because we were doing a CMS, and we had this like epiphany, if you will, of why are we working on having like your own local website when the future of the content will be distributed. People will not engage with your website on your domain, but rather, I don't know, through the social platforms of the day. Very few people could produce content, and especially on the company side. So, but there's a lot of like user generated content produced about these companies, and tracking everything and managing that is actually a more bigger problem than your own content. What the product does right now, it's probably simplistic, but I don't know, mid 2000s to, I don't know, have a million writes a second in a database. That was a big challenge.
Yeah.
Like, we barely had Amazon Web Services. At some point, we looked at our roster of customers and users and say majority of our users are in the US. I mean, like paying users, companies that we are serving. Why are we still based in London? I like Boston a lot, and the team there was made of amazing people, but they were business people. I mean, like we had the sales, support, and marketing operations were based in Boston, and I'm sure that they looked at the development culture in Bucharest. I don't know, like a bunch of hippies or something like that, because there was more pirate culture in Bucharest, where people wanted to do like, I don't know, agile development, and they didn't want to, I don't know, do deadlines, and I don't know, they had this revolutionary culture, if you will, which I think it works for product and development. It was a traditional SaaS. I mean, the type of businesses that are very popular in Europe these days. I would say that we were special because we did that in 2008 when nobody was doing SaaS. So yeah, I mean, like now all the kids are doing SaaS. So it's probably
Yeah.
what the vanilla. But we, of course, there wasn't a lot of like know-how. We had to discover all the marketing techniques that kids are doing these days, like, I don't know, content marketing and conferences and webinars and attracting influencers and doing white papers and marketing automation, not to mention all the product metrics and things that are commonplace these days. They weren't so commonplace, I don't know, 10 years ago. We had to discover or invent a lot of them. I wasn't an American. I didn't have a lot of connections, and I've never run an American company. So the two options on the table was I move there, and I'm gonna grow into the role. I'm gonna discover how it is to run an American company, and I don't know. It will take me some time to figure it out, but I don't know. I'll dedicate most of my time to it. Or we can get some professionals in and start running ASAP. Hootsuite got into the picture because I was, I don't know, friends with Ryan. We knew each other for a long time. Let's just say that it was it was a game with big guns and a lot of money. I thought that Hootsuite's strategy made a lot of sense because they were the only company in town who got the bottoms up approach to social, which gave them enormous advantage in terms of acquisition costs. If I have to stick around for like 3 or 4 years working at a company, I would rather work for a company that has a chance, or at least is fighting the good fight. So yeah, it was. I would say at the end of the day, it was a cultural fit more than anything. I get the chance to see how a thousand plus company is being run. I can have this experience from leadership position, not as an employee. I'm part of the leadership, guiding the decisions of this company. So what a better chance for me to learn. And I learned a lot from how a company like this is being run, and not Hootsuite per se, but also I had the chance of working with some exceptional leaders, people who had a ton of experience, who worked at some of the most amazing tech projects that I read about in the books. After the acquisition, it was the time when I got married. I had a kid. I don't know. I had the normal employee life, which allowed me, I don't know, I guess, to gather my strength. Deep Stash wants to extend your brain in a way, to be the repository for your ideas, things that you may use in the future that you get from books and articles. It is a passion project of mine. I think that a lot of my value as a colleague, as a leader, comes from the things that I know. And I was always passionate about educating myself and increasing my skills. And I wanted to create a product and a service that is fundamentally focused on this.